The Joe Rogan Experience.
Are we friends again?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, good.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot you drugged him.
I forgot that.
Dude, I'll tell you right now.
Is your wife over it?
No.
Damn.
My kids aren't over it either, and that really breaks my heart.
Your kids aren't? What?
That's what really breaks
Buy him
my heart.
stuff. You should buy him stuff.
You
No.
should buy him stuff.
No. Let
Buy
it
him something
breathe.
cool.
Let it breathe until one day they find you're funny, and they're like.
That might not happen.
It might
You should
not
buy him
happen.
stuff. Buy him something cool.
I told Joe in the green room, I decided to forgive Ari, so that the people I hate know how much I really hate them.
Ooh, I like that. That was a good one. I like what you said.
Good. Do stuff out of spite.
No, yeah, but it's like to let people know. Like, this guy drugged me in front of my kids, and I still forgive him.
What in
But
front of your
can
kids?
eat
What do you mean in
shit
front of your kids?
In his
That's
house.
not the part that mattered.
Let's not
is
talk
a part.
about it. Let's not
If you
talk
have
about
kids,
it.
it's a part.
Yeah, we're
Person
good.
with no
Me and you are
kids doesn't
good.
understand that.
I had to come to a moment. I had a spiritual healer come to my house
What
to
did you do? What
clear
did
my
you do?
energy. I talked to Tom about it.
That's right.
And she cleared the house, our new house, for all its bad energy. And then she said,
well.
"I see some darkness in you."
Oh, boy.
I told Joe about it. I was dealing with darkness in my head about just OCD shit, and I went, "All right, fuck, what is it?" And she picked you out in a heartbeat, and I went, I haven't forgiven
Probably
him
listens to the podcast.
No, I know. I called you and you're like, I'm over it. And then I'm like, you're still not over it.
I wasn't
You know
over
how many
her.
spiritual healers listen to this podcast? A lot.
So
She
what?
did.
So what?
She said Ari Schaefer, and he was like, yes.
You know how you say it's Ari Shafir.
She said,
Did you do something to Bert Chrysler?
she said it's if you I'm forgetting the exact words now because I'm a little strokey, but
Something about bringing Jay Moore up.
it was about
Blew a fuse.
I'm gonna fuck have to deal with that tomorrow. Fuck. It was
Was what?
it was if you love him, you got to help fix his karma. This is bad karma for him, and I thought. I do. I can't write you off.
I couldn't think straight, Bart. I couldn't think straight. Every time I was on a hike, I was like, my girlfriend was like, what? I'm like, I don't know, my friend, I'm still not friends with him. I don't know. It's fucking hard.
It was. She said, you got to fix his karma if you care about him, and I was like, I do. I can't not have conversations with him. Your conversations are too important to me. Seeing you in New York, when I go to New York and spending time with you, is too important to me. And I know you so well, and I know that you're. I said to someone, I think I may have said to Tom, I said he's a great guy. He's just a bad person. I'll
Take that. I didn't say what that means. I'll tell you again.
And it's like he didn't, and it's like you didn't mean to. You never meant to hurt me at all. And I was like, and I talked to Joe and Tom about this ad nauseum, but I was like, I can't, man. I'm not in a place to look for new fucking friends. I got him. He's one of my friends.
You know one thing that's beautiful about this? We're here in 2019. In any other business, if you drugged a peer and you did so publicly, and then it was discussed publicly, and yet you were on my podcast 2 weeks later, we were howling about it.
Yeah.
You were we got high. We were smoking weed and just laughing about the fact that you drugged him.
It was
I mean,
hard because it was serious, but it was also super not serious at the same time.
We were having a good time. We were having a good time talking about it. And then we were also talking about how no one's kicked you out of the comedy community. It was never even a thought. There's not a second like where you're not getting booked anywhere, not a second where you're ostracized. It's like this is the last frontier for savages. This is the last frontier for people that are doing wild, crazy, stupid shit. And that is one of the wildest, craziest, stupidest fucking things you can do is drug someone when they don't know you're drugging them. It's like it is the line stepping of all line stepping. And we're like,
I thought I had the lines worked out.
Joey Diaz had the funniest fucking take on it. Joey Diaz called me up. He goes, listen to me. This fucking Bert and Ari thing. He goes, Ari's family. He goes, he's here. He's here. He's not going anywhere. We're not getting rid of him. I go, we're not getting rid of him. He goes, exactly. I go, I'm not saying we are. He goes, I know you're not. I go, okay. And he goes, look, he fucked up. I go, okay, he fucked up. I'm not saying anything. Like, Joey's like arguing. Like,
Joey
he calls you up. He'll call you up arguing.
Yeah.
Like he's arguing with somebody else.
Right away.
He goes, well, fucking, he's family.
Out of the
I'm
gate.
like, I definitely agree with you. I'm like, I'm not arguing here.
He called me like 2 days after, and he was like, he just answered the phone, and he goes, you got to forgive him. And I didn't say a word.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going through some shit right now. I don't care. Go through your shit, cocksucker. Do what you got to do. You got to forgive him. He's a good guy. You know that.
Yeah, now he's got a bit about it.
Yeah, now he's
he's
Joey's
got
I saw his
got
bit in New York.
Killer.
It was killer.
It's killer. It's killer.
I thought we might. I thought like I was like, oh, we're gonna do this podcast. And I was like, I thought we might talk about this. I kind of wrote down some feelings.
Oh boy.
You're lying right now.
I'm not.
You're
I'm not.
so lying.
I'm not.
No, he's not.
Also, I smuggled some fruit in. A felony. If you guys want some
Ew.
grenadillas.
Don't say that.
Grenadillas.
Don't tell anybody. Don't show the fruit.
Okay.
That's a lie. We're just joking, folks. Any DEA agents or who would it be?
Oh shit.
Agriculture?
Yeah, agriculture people.
If you tell me they're all in Spanish, I'm going to fucking jump over this
Can you
table
play
right
the
now.
Hulk music?
It's all in Spanish.
Can you play this
It
theme
is?
of the
Yeah.
Hulk?
How are you in Spanish?
All right.
Can you translate?
Well, I
por
gotta
favor?
pee, man.
What?
You got to pee?
I gotta pee. Go ahead.
Okay. Querido Brent.
My dearest Brent.
Fucking cunt.
Me importa la amistad. Me importa más amistad. Que.
Can you just let him read what you wrote and translate it?
Yeah.
Sure,
Better move.
sure.
Better
Do that.
move.
We can do that. I double spaced it.
Good call.
I might have had a misspelling or two, so you might have like.
Fuck me.
What is it?
Before this goes viral,
this
can I
is
just
pretty
mention
good.
the Birdie
What is
Boy
it?
World Tour?
It says, all right, dear Brent, our friendship is important. Friendship is more important
Don't
now
pull out
that
fruit.
Tom is occupied with the fried pizza,
This is as important to me as Tom is with deep fried pizza.
with deep fried pizza. Great. It's more important to me than
Hide that fruit. Don't show it on camera. That's a felony.
more important to me than Joe's obsession with killing animals,
Killing defenseless animals in the
defenseless
woods.
animals.
They have horns.
Beautiful animals in the woods.
They'll fuck you up with those horns.
More. All right, there you go. There you go.
Let's see if I can remember this.
Just speak from the heart.
Okay.
Just say it. You don't have to read it. Just tell him how you feel.
Friendship is more important to me than anything. Even more important than is important to Tom is deep fried pizza. More important than Joe is, killing animals. More important than oh, this is really mean.
Don't do that. Just put that down and just tell him you're sorry.
But I wrote some funny stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Friendship
What?
is more
Space
important
it.
to me than Eliza's. Okay.
Oh, wow. Fucking Paul.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
I would not read that, Ari.
Let your friends tell you.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't
Hey,
do
Ari,
this.
we're your friends.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you. Listen, look at the face of Brody.
I wrote one funny.
Call
Okay,
upon
here's
him for
here's
happiness.
funny line. Living without you would be worse than Tony Hinchcliffe living without the mural above his bed of him blowing Joe Rogan as Jeff Ross fucks him in the ass.
I don't think he has that.
He does have that. I've seen in his apartment.
Who painted it?
So you read this in Spanish and you pulled the plug. You're like,
I saw it was coming up.
Okay.
hey, let me tell
But
you
you-
something.
the point is, dude,
I'll tell you
I
this
didn't
right
know
now.
all the fallback was going to happen. The point is, all I wanted to do was, I like playing pranks. I will
I
do
know
what you
that.
said, Joe. It's just speak from the heart. I like playing pranks. I like doing fun stuff. And I thought, the same thing I do with Luis Gomez, where I'm like, he had this great announcement for Skankfest, and I was like, I'm going to ruin that. And I'm going to do it by promoting it. And I thought, I'll give you what you love doing, which is great content for your fans. I know you're never going to release that podcast, but
Never.
It was the best podcast, top 20 podcasts of all time of any podcast.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll give that to you. I'll have a fun time with my friend. I didn't know all the fallback was going to happen. I didn't know your friends, your kids were going to come home and say,
Dad got raped.
that you got raped by Ari. Which I don't know why here's what I don't know. Why they wouldn't think you have better stamina and strength than me. Why they wouldn't think that you would rape me.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kids are intuitive. Maybe they saw something in you that I don't see. A fanciness or something, but I don't know.
This is good. Read it. Go back to reading.
The point is this.
Go back to reading it.
I wanted to have fun. I thought I have a prank that I thought the prank first. I'm going to dose somebody in a podcast. I'm going to give them acid or Molly. And I was like, who can I do it to? You know? I thought of Luis Gomez first, but I was like, he's an unknown. He's worthless. And I actually don't like him that much.
He's a good guy.
Eh. And then I thought, it has to be a good friend. You can't do it to a semi-friend. It has to be someone who parties. So it can't be these two faggots. You know? And then it hit me, the machine. I know the machine. So I was like, I will do that with Bert. That was my thought. And I know people are telling you that I thought you were weak. That's the furthest thing from the truth. I thought you were fun. But if you've forgiven me, but I won't do this. But like
sometimes people do something and they have it in their head that it's going to be okay, and they don't understand how other people are going to perceive it. And it's not that they did it with bad intentions. It's just that they fucked up.
And I didn't think about like you having to fucking run interference with me against your wife. It's like
I'll tell you right now.
You had a hard enough time fucking.
The biggest thing that fucked me up about it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was that.
What do you mean? It's an amazing fruit.
It's illegal.
Was that when it happened?
Yeah.
I knew I was going to have to take care of you. Like I knew all the implications of what was about to trickle down. And that was the one thing where I was like, why would you make my life more complicated? And I told you on the phone. And by the way, no one said this other than me. I said this to myself, and I've said this to Joe a million times. Is that moniker of like, you think I'm weak? It's my biggest fucking thing of like people to go in my head. And I would go, I know Joe doesn't say that. I know Tom doesn't say that. And I know you don't say that. But in that moment, I was like, is he doing what these enemies do to me? Where he just thinks, oh, he's some fucking weak comic who just rips his shirt off.
Taking advantage of your good nature.
Right. And that was the thing. And when I was on the phone with you, I was in Connecticut, I was with Shane in the car. And I told you that. And you said, oh my God, I would never think. Because I share that with you privately. I would share it publicly now, but shared both with you privately. Your response, I knew you didn't. I knew that's why you didn't do that. And I was like, all right, I can get past this, which was a big thing for me to go, I can get past this. And then it took a little bit to just go.
Still mad though.
No, at a certain point, I thought it's just a reward. Like, does Ari bring more to my life than that one stupid fucking moment? Right? And I said, yeah, he does. You bring a lot to my life, Ari. You don't know that. I don't share that maybe enough with you, but you bring up a lot to my life, and all you guys do. I mean, you guys are this. Our friendship means a lot more to me maybe than it means to you guys sometimes.
No, it means a lot to me too, man. It does. This podcast that we do, these regular podcasts we do, some of my favorite. They're so fun.
Yeah, the chat thread, dude. I'll tell you,
the
text thread's
the
fun.
text thread is fucking awesome.
It's great.
Oh my God. Don't eat that. It's illegal. The agriculture is going to come here. They have a helicopter.
But yeah, if we're being 100%
you skipped every
honest,
other word.
Both.
You're like, don't eat helicopter here, agriculture.
Stroke.
Did you have a stroke too?
It is. It's contagious.
Both of these guys were. I don't know how I have to share this. Both of these guys were very, very valuable to me in that moment where I was super vulnerable. Both of them had a moment where it was fun, and then a moment where they called me and they were concerned.
Yeah, when you told me during the podcast, when we first did the podcast, I'm like, what happened? You're like, oh, just wait. Like, you didn't even want to talk about it until, that's when I knew it was serious.
I still thought it was fun until it was like, and then Tom's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, and I was like, wait, is this serious?
No other business. If you were working in HR at a fucking network, and you guys went on a Christmas party and you drugged somebody, that's the end of your fucking career, man.
Free drugs.
Free drugs.
Free drugs to someone.
Yeah, but they didn't
But yeah.
want it.
It would be,
Well, I knew he was really upset about it too, you know, and
yeah, when you told me afterwards, you're like, oh, he's really fucked up over it.
but I
I'm
also
like,
wanted,
wait, what?
I also wanted really badly for you guys to make up.
Yeah.
I spoke to both.
Everyone, both of you,
Yeah. Of
both
course,
of you guys
yeah.
did.
Yeah, Tom called me and was like, hey, I saw you. I called you every day trying to like.
You call me every day.
Yeah,
every
you wouldn't
day.
take my call. And Tom was like, hey, I saw you call him. Don't.
I
stop calling
just
for a
knew that
little
it was
bit."
wrong. It was wrong for me to answer because I didn't know what to say to you, and I wasn't right in the head yet, and I was like, I'm really angry, but I'm not mad at him. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I was like, I feel victimized, but I know I'm not a victim. I know that this is going to be fine. I call Whitney. I talked to Whitney about it. Like,
What did she say?
You know,
Call the police?
No. We were in the backstage of the Comedy Store.
It's a felony. I'm like, you think that's the only felony I've ever committed? Hello.
Hey, put that down. Don't film it.
We were in the backstage of the Comedy Store, or in the back bar, and we saw David Spade and Whitney. And I told when I was on high on Molly, and
you were having a great time.
It was, by the way, I was having a blast.
You were like,
really was.
and you saw David Spade there, and you're like, oh, I've got a great story for David Spade. I've always been sexually attracted to him, and this is my moment to fucking win over David Spade.
I can hear you say that now. When I heard you say that on the podcast, I got mad at you. I was like, it's so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up. There's so many complex moments in this where you're right. You're totally right. David Spade was back there, and me and you were back there, and I was like, I got drunk by Molly, and then he brought it up on his show, and it's like, yeah. And even the podcast, I was conflicted because I go, this is super compelling content. But at
You
the same
saw
time,
it during the podcast. You were like, fuck, I'm so mad at you for doing this, but I see it now.
I see
this
it.
This is the best podcast.
But I was like, and in retrospect, I was like, I can't release it. I don't want to be the guy that people come on my show and they go, I'm gonna fucking drug him, and that's how I get
it's a
famous.
one-time only thing.
But I talked to Whitney, and Whitney was like, oddly enough, said exactly what Joe said, and said, this is really, it's not right, man. It's not right. You shouldn't be drugging people in front of their kids. She was like, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't say that to you in the thing. I didn't know how you felt, and that's how Joe felt. That's also how Tom felt. Is that like I didn't know how I felt, so I brought all these energies of like I got drugged, and then everything's on the table, and everyone's like, oh, I got to figure out your fucking emotions, and I hadn't figured them out yet. I got to be honest with you, man. When you lean on friends and you come out of a place like that, and you go, in a weird way, I was like, I feel a lot closer to the four of us after that, and I'm like, I'm definitely not glad it happened.
You drugged us together. You drugged us all together. Yeah. You brought us closer.
In a metaphorical way, I did.
And the funny part is, I was like, he wanted to kill Sober October, but now he's got to do it for the rest of his fucking life because he didn't win. We're always going to do Sober October.
No.
Yeah.
Every year, Ari.
Yeah, you kind of have to
year.
now. You drugged him in front of his kids.
You drugged me in front of my children.
First of all, what drugs? It's MDMA. You're asking
Very
like it's a
bad.
roofie.
Fucked up his brain for like weeks.
Yeah,
you understand that?
I'm still doing the deal with OCD shit.
I will.
Dude, you know what would be
You
fucking
literally
funny?
spiraled him.
And I think you could do this.
What?
You could chloroform him. That would be a fucking...
You can get that online.
That's a drugging.
That would be
That's a drug.
That would be a good
Well, no,
prank.
don't do that.
I
That-
will
that
say
causes
to
brain
anyone at
damage.
home doing MDMA, if your friend is 5-HTP, I told Bert, but he was not in a place where he
Just
was going
get
to trust
new
anything I
mood
would
from
say.
onit.com.
That has 5-HTP in it. 5-HTP will equalize your mood, and I meant to bring it with me, and I didn't, and I fucked up hard. I pride myself on dosing people the right way, and
It's like you learn nothing. It's like
during
think
that
he learned
podcast, I remember this
anything.
too. We were feeling like really good. We were feeling really good.
I did feel really good during that.
course.
It was a
podcast.
fun time.
You were on ecstasy.
We were watching sunset over Joey Diaz's head as we
Bro,
tell
there's
stories.
nothing more beautiful on my deathbed when
We
you
were
get
both
that
like-
6 seconds of memories to your life. I hope I see Joey Diaz like Jesus Christ, like Buddha, just going, listen, cocksucker, if you would have had a stroke, it would have already happened. You're going to be fine.